그러니까 요거를 보고 제가 답변을 해볼게요. 치팅 안 하고 뭐 스크립트를 읽고 이런 게 아니라 실제로 이렇게 풀어야 되니까 그러니까 요거를 보고 제가 답을 한번 해볼게요. 자, 그러면 저는 1분 안에 하거나 뭐 한 1분 5초, 10초 안에 답변을 끝내려고 노력을 할 겁니다. 자, 그러니까 질문에 답변을 해볼게요. If I were Thrasymachus, I would disagree with Socrates' definition of justice. The main reason is that Socrates is being very unrealistic based on history and human nature. For example, humans have been domesticating animals for thousands of years to benefit humans, not to benefit animals. The reason is because humans are in a stronger positions to take advantage of animal, to be able to get benefits from animal by raising them. So humans are doing that. This is human nature. I think most people, if not everyone, would do the same thing, even doctors and captains. If they are in a stronger position, they would try to achieve benefits from weaker people because it's a human nature. This is why I disagree with Socrates' definition of justice. 뭐 요런 느낌? 요런 느낌? 아시겠죠? 자, 그래서 이거를 한 번에 이제 치팅하지 않고 스톱워치를 띄워가지고 즉흥적으로 스크립트 없이 한번 하는 거를 보여드릴게요. 오케이? 여러분들 시험장에 가서 그렇게 해야 되니까. 그러니까 이거는 1A가 우리가 1분 정도 썼죠. 시간을. 1번이 A, B 합해서 가능하면 3분 안에 답변을 해야 돼요. 그쵸? 2분 안에는 꼭 해야 되는 게 그래야지 퀘스천 2를 또 우리가 답변을 해야 되잖아요. 2분 안에. 총 5분 안에 퀘스천 1, 2, A, B, A, B 네 문항 다 해야 되니까. 그죠? 그러면 스톱워치를 올려서 2분 안에 최선을 다해서 이 답변을 한번 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 자, 한번 가볼게요. 자, 그러면 이제 스톱워치 저도 띄웠습니다. 자, 그러니까 밑에 이제 노트 보면서 즉흥적으로 2분 안에 바로 한번 해볼게요. Here we go. Both Thrasymachus and Socrates' position could argue that it is possible for one country to rule over another. First, from Thrasymachus' position, justice is in the interest of the strong. So there's nothing wrong when stronger country rule over weaker countries for their own benefit. This is natural and right thing to do. Second, from Socrates' view, justice is when rulers benefit their subjects. So if the colonizers truly believe that they are ruling over another country for colony's benefit, not their own benefit, then they could argue that this justifies one country ruling over another. However, both Thrasymachus and Socrates' positions might fail to justify imperialism. First, from Thrasymachus' position, this action completely invades, abuse, and is against the human rights, which is a very important universal value. Everyone's human rights should be respected equally, but Thrasymachus' position only recognizes the strong individual's human rights. So this cannot justify imperialism. And second, from Socrates' point of view, I think this kind of reasoning is very hypocritical because this can become a perfect excuse for stronger countries to do whatever they want to the weaker countries. Whether to be colonized or not should be decided by the colonies themselves, not by the colonizers. 이런 느낌? 1분 54초? 완벽하죠, 그죠? 그러니까 딱 3분 정도? 그러니까 2분 55초, 56초 정도의 question 1, A and B를 제 생각에는 내용의 퀄리티는 완벽하게 완성을 했어요. 자, 다 보여드립니다. 자, 완벽한 모범 답변 저도 시간에 맞춰서 완벽하게 한번 해보겠습니다. Here we go.
I agree with the criticism of William Bentinck for banning sati. The reason is that I also believe his action was an unacceptable application of Western moral standards on a different culture. My opinion can be supported by second paragraph in passage 2, as Bentinck clearly states that he feels anxious to follow the good example set by the British government at home and adopt the same high principles in India. This means Bentinck regards the British Empire's principle and Western moral standards as superior and higher value that the country like India should decide to follow and adopt this. In this case, accepting the ban of sati. Therefore, I agree with the criticism of William Bentinck for banning sati. 자, 요런 느낌으로, 그쵸? 이제 다 끝났어요. We're moving to the last step, giving you the perfect model answer. Okay? 자, 그러면 가봅시다. 자, last question. Question 2B. Stopwatch is up. So, perfect model answer. 모범 답변 시간 맞춰서 한번 가보겠습니다. Here we go, guys. In my opinion, the justice of Thrasymachus in passage 1 most applies to the case of Bentinck. This is because Bentinck's decision to ban sati was to ultimately benefit himself, not his subject. My reasoning can be justified by the second paragraph in passage 2. Bentinck honestly admits the real reason for banning sati. He wanted to clean the dirty spot made by the British Empire, and he wanted to get the credit for making this happen. To achieve these two outcomes that benefits him, he just banned sati as a tool to achieve his benefits. Therefore, William Bentinck's decision to ban sati represents Thrasymachus' idea of justice because he made a decision to ultimately benefit himself, not ultimately benefit his subject.